Alright, welcome to Substance Texture Exporting tutorial. So you can see the model looks a little bit different than it did in the end of the last video, and that's because I added another layer of paint for skin for it to look a little more healthier and less radiation burned. So yeah, that's part of it. Sometimes you look at your model on the previous day and it looks really good, but then you come back to it and it looks pretty bad. So yeah, that's the beauty of Substance Painter. You can add, remove, change most everything as you go, but the main thing is to kind of keep it organized so that you understand what you're doing and you can come back easily to levels and layers and change them. But yeah, let's get to exporting. So I'm gonna go to File, Export Textures, very similar to the ones we did in with the mug. So I'm gonna make sure I select my texture export, like where it's going. I'm gonna say have a folder right here, and I'll say okay. So I'm doing this, and then I'm going to my output template right here, and I'm gonna select Arnold because I'm going into Maya, so AI standard. Then on output templates, I'm going to select Arnold here as well. The only thing is that we have all these maps here: emissive, height, normal, roughness, metallic, and base color. So we don't need all of these actually, because a lot of them do not have any input because we didn't really put any metallic or height or emissive information. So what I'm going to do is over here on the left, I'm going to say duplicate right here. So now we have a copy of our material output, and then I'm just going to X out of a couple of these. So emissive and height and metallic. So I don't really need those. I just need these three. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say go back to list of exports. Let's see, actually now that we've modified it, we need to go back into settings and we need to select our copy that we just created. So then now the list of exports is the base color, the normal, and the roughness. And then you can just click export. I already did that, so I'm not going to, but it's gonna export your textures. And that's all. But there's another texture that I want to export ahead of time already, and it is a thickness map. So when we bake our textures, one of the maps we bake is thickness. So you can see here, and you can see that there's the black signifies a thinner part of the mesh, and there's the nose and the lips and eyelids, and obviously here it's a little bit thinner. So this is actually something that we're gonna touch upon in Maya, and it's called subsurface scattering. So before we do that, let's just export this thickness map. And the way we do it is kind of the same way. We go File, Export Textures, and now the directory can stay the same. And now, instead of output template be PBR roughness, we're going to say mesh maps. And if we go to output templates, we can select mesh maps here. Actually, we need to duplicate it because we're going to alter it as well. So I'm going to say duplicate, and then I have a mesh maps copy right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and find my thickness map. It's right here, thickness, so you can see right here. So I'm going to X out of everything else except for my thickness map. Right here, we have thickness, and that's all. That's all. So then now we'll go back to settings and make sure we select this copy because this is what it is, so the thickness. And then list of exports is just one thickness map. So I'm gonna click export, and it's gonna export to the same place as previously, and that's it. So I'll see you guys in Maya.